Hi, this is Ace Frehley, and you're watching Loudwire.
Hey everyone, Gruhamed here for Loudwire, and with us once again is Mr. Ace Frehley, one of my favorite personal guests. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Great to be here again.
Good.
Again.
Yes, for the third time. Origins, Volume 1, the new covers record. Really fun to listen to. Everyone is extremely excited about the collaboration with Paul Stanley that you did on Freeze, Fire and Water.
Right.
I know he's a big fan of that song. Was that a song that you two bonded over a lot during your time together in Kiss?
Well, I was always a big Free fan, so was Paul, and we've always admired Paul Rodgers' vocals, everything he did with Free and subsequently everything after Free. But I called Paul about 2 months ago and told him what I was doing, the project, and he was very receptive from the onset. And originally we were going to try a Little Wing by Derek and the Dominoes. That didn't pan out.
Yeah.
That didn't pan out, and then we were talking about My Generation by The Who, and I thought it was a little too cliched, and I was looking for something that a good song, but that wasn't as well known. Like I was gonna do same thing with the Hendrix song.
Oh sure, yeah.
Spanish Castle Magic isn't one of the songs that come to mind immediately when you think
But an
of
amazing
Hendrix.
guitar song from Jimmy, absolutely.
Anyway, so he came up with My Generation. I said, well, what about Fire and Water? And he loved the idea.
So you guys were never in the studio together?
No,
for that,
I was so jammed up trying to catch up and finish the record. His schedule's really busy, so
Sure.
while I was doing one thing and he was throwing the vocal on, and it would have been nice to have been in the studio together. Maybe the next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone is talking about, since you two are collaborating, is there a possibility for a Kiss reunion, perhaps him playing on some of your solo shows with you? Any sort of collaboration?
None of that's been discussed.
None of that's been discussed, no?
I was just happy to get him on. I thought the vocal he did was amazing, and who knows what the future will bring. I always leave the door open.
Sure, never say never. Yeah.
Exactly.
Another great track, Lita Ford on Wild Thing. She's so good on that. And it's cool to hear a female perspective on that song. You guys are trading lines together. Were you trading guitar licks too?
Actually, no. I had done a solo on the original version, and actually the only lead work I do on that track is the very intro. Lita's doing all the rest of the lead work.
Oh, damn.
And every time I think of Lita in the studio doing that, I was sitting on the couch and she was playing and shaking her ass. I wish I had a video of it because it was great, And then she went in and did the vocal, and it was just all ad-libbed. And it just came out, we had no idea what was going to happen. I said, try singing a high part to what I'm doing, and she started ad-libbing, and she pulled a couple of lines that Hendrix used in his version of
Oh, okay.
Wild Thing, and it was just a lot of fun, and I think that spontaneity and fun comes out in the recording.
Yeah, I think it does. She's so talented. Like, come on, her guitar work on that is so good. And speaking of guitar, you got Slash on Thin Lizzy's Emerald. To talk about one of the greatest guitarists ever. Was that more his guitar work? Were you trading licks on that one maybe a little bit?
I'll tell you how that went down. I tracked the whole song, down in San Diego, and then I got Slash in the studio, and I left holes for him.
Okay.
And I was going to have him play every other one like we do on the tape that exists now. But it was a little stagnant, So after about 10 minutes of trying that, Slash said to me, hey, so why don't we just do it live?
Nice.
So we both plugged into a couple of stacks, and we did a bunch of passes, and what you hear on the record is the best of the best.
Awesome. So that was a good call and response thing between you two guys.
It was real spontaneous, and the energy was good, and definitely sounds a lot better than it would have if I would have just let him fill in holes.
Yeah, absolutely. Super cool. And John Five, like another amazing guitarist. him doing one of your own songs. One like Parasite, one of your kind of signature songs with Kiss.
Right.
Was it interesting to hear his guitar take on your work?
Well, I mean, he copies me note for the most part. You know,
Okay.
he's a great guitar player and a big fan, and I'm a fan of his. But it was funny because when he heard the original version that I had recorded, I had done a different solo.
Right, right.
And he goes to me, Ace, you got to do the original solo you did on the original recording. So I scrapped what I had there, and I pretty much played my old solo note for note. But then I doubled the length of the solo, and he did the second half.
Okay, cool.
And it just came out great.
Yeah. What do you think about his playing on the Hendrix track?
Oh, that was spectacular. To be honest with you, we tracked that, and I hadn't even learned how to play the song. Because we were in the studio, I was in the studio with my drummer, Scott Coogan. We had about an hour and a half to kill, and I said, I'd love to do a Hendrix song, and Scotty came up with the idea to try Spanish Castle Magic. I go, that's a great song, but I don't know how to play it. So Scotty played it to a click track, and then when I had John Five in the studio doing Parasite, he had learned Spanish Castle Magic because I told him there was a chance we might record it. So John played the rhythm part again to Scotty's drums. I threw on the scratch bass, and we both did the solos, and then he split. I threw down the vocal, brought the hard drive down to my studio in San Diego. I threw the bass on with Chris Wise, and got another song.
There it is, yeah. Do you feel like any of these songs are going to become staples of your live show from here on?
Well, right now, I just completed a run on the West Coast with the band, and we've incorporated Emerald into the show. That's going along over great, and that's a lot of fun to play. So I'm thinking of incorporating one or two more into the set. Hopefully by the time we get up here to New York, second week in April. But I haven't decided which ones yet.
No, not yet. Right. And of course, this one's called version 1. Is there a plan for a version 2?
I mean, there isn't any concrete plans, but I'm assuming this is going to be a semi-successful record, follow-up for Space Invader, and probably down the road there'll be a volume 2.
Think so. You're leaving it open for that volume 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you could cover just today, I'm sure the answer would change day by day by day, but if you could cover one song right now and put it onto tape, what do you think it would be?
Right now?
Yeah.
Today?
Today.
I'm drawing a blank.
Any bands you've been listening to?
What do you think I should do? What would you have imagined me doing on this record that I didn't?
You know what? You know I would love to hear you do?
What?
I would love to hear you do a Pantera song.
Okay.
I would love to hear you to do Dime's playing, because obviously he was so influenced by you. I would love to hear that other way around, to see what you would do to his music.
I don't know if I can play as fast as Dimebag.
Maybe not. Maybe I would love to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely an option down the road.